There it goes. Okay, it just started. Weird. I did that twice.
Live.
Live.
Do you know live action? Turtle Man?
Can I do one? Can't do one.
What?
I can't do one eyebrow.
One eyebrow
Oh.
raised?
I don't know how he does that.
Who does it?
The Rock.
Like this? Like
Just, no. See, you're moving both of them. He
Well,
just moves. There you go.
it's
Get it way up there. Way up there. Higher. Come on.
It's
I don't know how
because
he
all
does it.
the adrenochrome.
Could be.
Battle Chemist, what's up, guys? We're live. Instagram, YouTube,
Oh,
Facebook.
why are we live? I thought we were answering some questions. Did we have to do that?
No, there's not enough of them.
Oh,
We'll compile them. Blue Michael, what's up?
what's up?
You realize it's almost Christmas?
No, it isn't. Not even
So
close.
we're a third of the way there.
Not even close.
it's close.
No,
You're a third of the way to
I'm
Christmas
still working
right
through
now.
Easter. Stop.
It's not Easter.
Joe,
What is
Luke,
Easter?
Next weekend,
Ghost, Mojave Wizard, what's up?
Hello.
Toy Town,
Christ's birthday. No,
Isaac
sorry.
Barrett, Scott
Rose
Taylor.
from the grave.
William, what's up? Is that a jet in your picture there? Is that a little
Where?
gray area? What's up? Hamster, how are we?
It's 4 a.m. in Tasmania.
That's Australia, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
Tasmania.
It's an island off Australia.
What
That's
do
where
they
the
have there? Do they have-
devils. They have
Taco
devils
Bell?
there. No, they have devils.
Yeah, and their possums are weird. They're different than our possums.
Oh, their possums are awesome. I really wish I could have brought a possum back because their possums are our possums are the trailer park of possums. Their possums are awesome.
William S. Hellcat. Hellcat, what's that?
Like their possums are the Louis Vuitton of possums. We have just the, shoe show over here. And they don't like them, which I really feel like I should be able to send our possums over to Australia.
And have
So
them
they-
trained, ninja'd up.
No, just so they realize what a luxury possum they have. They have a luxury, like their possum is luxury.
Lukewarm.
Compared to ours.
Lukewarm? Are you in Australia or Tasmania? He said they're ringtail possums. Just wondering when the mystery box will start shipping. What did it say when you ordered it? It literally said, We'll ship you whatever the fuck we want to send you, whenever the fuck we get around to sending it.
What's in the mystery box?
They don't know. It's a mystery.
I know.
We're actually going to start shipping them. Probably the shirts. I guess you guys know there's a shirt. We asked for shirt size in there. The shirts, I think we get the shirts next week. So we're going to ship out. I think we have about 200 of them ready to ship.
You should do a mystery order with shirts. Mystery order with shirts, but just nothing.
We go to Goodwill and just buy
Crop-
random shirts.
just crop tops. Just everybody gets a crop top.
Like, do we show the nipples, or if you lift
Everybody
too
gets
high, your nipples come out?
Crop top.
I have
That'd
a
be
couple
awesome.
crop tops. I have an Everlast.
I
from,
know
the
you do.
90s,
I know you do.
And I've got one of the fishnet, like football crop tops.
Of course you do.
Philip from
And
Paris.
And
Are
weren't
you
even on the
in
football team?
like
That's gross.
Paris, France, or Paris, Tennessee? It didn't say 8 to 12 weeks. It just is not what it said. You might want to go look at the fucking page. Brian, what's up? So typically when we do a mystery order, we don't ship any of them until they are all done.
Yeah.
But there's too many fucking weird ones on there. So we've done the bulk, Paris, Illinois. There's a Nashville, California. Fuck yeah.
Gross.
Weird. Tactical underboobs. But there's too many of them. So we did all the bulk of multicam black and woodland Highlander. I think there's a couple other colors. So we did all the biggest ones got done first, the biggest amount. And that's what'll ship first. And it'll take a couple days to send them all probably. Paris, Texas, Tennessee. Nobody Adventures. What's up, buddy? How are you, man? Thank you for hooking us up with that roller skating rink, man. I do appreciate that. Live disco, midnight, naked roller skating.
I don't know about naked. Roller skating's pretty dangerous.
It's no more dangerous if you're naked.
A lot more dangerous. Don't give me that. It's a lot.
I was more worried about you guys tripping and impaling yourself on those fucking rifles. Like that's dangerous.
You know what? I didn't even think about this, but we really, we really could have fucked that skating rink up. Man, if you a good fall with a rifle, we could have divoted
Yeah,
that wood
we had
floor easy.
a student from TAC Response in the shop, and I don't know what he was doing, but his fucking sling wasn't on right, and his fucking muzzle hit my floor. I have a big fucking crown in one of those tiles in there.
I've done it at John's house, not this John's house, but other John's house. I had a rifle fall in the kitchen. Just again, it was a sling thing. It fell, and now there's a little divot in the wood floor.
Well, bro, you gotta.
Every time I see it, I try and vacuum it. I'm like,
if you're gonna get road rash on your balls from naked roller skating, you gotta tighten them up, bro. Your shit's sagging too low. Like I got a lot of shit touching the fucking ground way before my nuts.
When's the last time you guys went bowling?
Bowling's for bowling. I don't bowl.
I don't either. I'm just saying, when?
what, you want to go bowling?
They have, yeah,
Let's go.
it's like black light midnight bowling.
Let's go. What's up?
Do they do naked
Scared?
bowling?
I don't know.
I am sure that
I don't
there's
think
some
I
place
want
where
to.
you can
I
go
don't think I
naked
want to
bowling.
see most people that bowl naked.
Yeah, that's like going to a nudist beach. You really don't want to go there.
Yeah,
Once you get there,
anytime
it's
you go
not
to
what
Black's
think it
Beach,
is.
every time you go to Black's Beach, it's fucking dudes jacking off on the beach.
If you
Never
when you get
saw
there,
a
you never
woman.
want to. You never want to go. You never want to go again. You just go one time and then you're like,
Opinion on Magpul slings. I haven't seen a Magpul sling in a while. I know a lot of guys come in here at TAC Response classes and put our slings on. I liked the features and the way the Magpul sling looked, but a lot of people that had Magpul slings said they were very uncomfortable. I've never worn one. I don't know.
they were kind of the
First with the quick releases
they
and
were
shit.
they were the ones that was doing the slides and all that, and they don't. There's a lot better slings out there now, but again, you know, the first cars didn't go 100 miles an hour.
Jose, what's up? Just ordered one from SOE. You'll not. Oh, the slings, yeah. MS4 slings are not a better mousetrap than BFG. Blue Force Gear. Before it was Blue Force Gear, I don't remember what the sling company was called. And he stood face to face and he's like, "Hey, will you make these for us?" I go, "Yeah, I'm not going to make slings. You're not making pouches." He's like, "I'm not going to make your stuff." We built something for him. I don't remember what it was. And as soon as he started making the same shit we were making, that was when we started putting our slings back out. That was shit 20 years ago, probably. Naked roller skating can lead to road rash. Yeah. Ronnie, what's up?
What are those little temples? What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Ronnie, what do you got there?
Love you guys. I don't know what that is.
Third Marines?
Where do you get Third Marines from?
I don't know. We have a temple in one of our things.
Oh,
Oh, maybe that's a truck. I don't know what it is.
1 to 2 point sling for a pump shotgun. Yeah, you could, but I mean, on a pump shotgun, most guys are going to run a single point. Chase B, what up? Radio Made Easy, what's going on? Oh, Rockasons, there we go.
The Rockasons, that is it. Rockasons.
Do
Hey,
you know Tyler Hatton?
yeah, you know Tyler Hatton? He was a Rockason. Tyler Hatton. Rockason.
Rockason.
Most
Shaka
the
Khan.
most dangerous man in the world with a pistol. Rockasons.
Did you guys get my cue on Patreon? I don't. There's questions on Patreon. I only saw 2, so we're not doing a Patreon video until next week. There's not enough questions. I did not see what the questions were. Where should I buy a shooting mat and tear bag for DMR class next month? Tear bag? You mean like a bean bag? Yoda Camo, what's up? You should see me
Is
with
that our
nunchucks.
Yoda?
Huh?
Is that
Yoda Camo? No, that's not.
different Yoda?
Rear bag? I've got rear bags. We've got, I don't know, 40, 50 of them in the shop. Have a Magpul sling. That's what I asked him. He said he uses our fucking bag with all the shit out there. Cause there's like 100 there's companies that do nothing but make bean bags. And I'm like,
They don't have beans in them anymore. They just fill them like fucking like a teddy bear.
really?
Yeah.
Like the combat cock. So many dudes are like, I'm going to use a combat cock for a sandstock. I'm like, you clearly don't shoot fucking any kind of precision rifle. Then you're not going to use a triangle. We need a nunchuck pouch.
You have one.
A nunchuck pouch.
Your baton pouch will work.
I have
one Chucky hanging out.
I have them for slap charges and slider charges. part for the
that might work.
for the explosive charges. Those would, because they're using those Delron pieces for cutting.
Mm-hmm.
What about a shooting mat? I don't have a shooting mat. I don't know. I don't have one.
Get you a wool blanket. OD green. That way it'll keep you warm when you're wet.
Where's Class at Radio? When is it?
Oh, that's him going? Oh, shit.
Chisel Works for shotgun. It's not Chisel Works. What's the name of the company? Chisel Manufacturing. They make badass stuff. They make really nice stuff. They do for some cool shit, all the lever gun stuff too. Chisel Machining, I think is what it's called. Birdsong Range in June, weekend after the party.
Oh,
Got
God,
it.
it's going to be so hot out there.
Grunt Proof, what's up, dude? Did you receive that box? You should have it long ago, right? Yeah, Chisel Machining. They make very nice stuff, all their stocks and shit. Check them out on Instagram. Will SOE ever do a chest rig in amphibian? I don't even know. I don't even know what amphibian camo is. I think it's a camo by Alpha Industries. I'm going to go with no then. If it's another company that's have that, they're not going to give us that material. It is a hideous pattern, but would be cool. No, I'm going to say no.
Armageddon. It's Armageddon gear.
Gear that you use.
This is me fucking. This is me ignoring him.
Gear that you use during the Armageddon. Boo.
Kevin, what's up?
Boo.
Guys, I do not have the fucking bandwidth to sit here and just make up a story for you guys to listen to. So you guys talk and we will interact with you guys and we can carry this on. Skully was a battle rifle, or does it depend on who you're asking? That question doesn't make sense. Chocolate chip camo. Somebody's making it apparently. I see London Bridge has chocolate chip camo. When I talk to the mills, we don't know who's fucking making it. I don't know where it's coming from.
There's some retro shit going on out there right now.
But I suspect it's probably coming in like out of China or somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I bought chocolate chip camo from the mill that we buy all our multicam and shit from years ago. And they said, hey, do you want this? We'll give it to you for $2 a yard. And I'm like, yes, I want it. We bought like, I think 10,000 yards of this shit. And we were cutting it up because it was so fucking stiff. The old chocolate chip material in 1000, the polyurethane coating on it for some reason was super fucking heavy. And we cut it to put it inside of shit to make it stiff. We burned through 5,000 yards of chocolate chip and you couldn't even see it. And then everybody wanted it. Like, I love fucking the chocolate chip, but the material, I don't know where it's coming from. Rothco, but Rothco's not running material though. 3H Survival. How are you doing, motherfucker? Last I heard, you're going to the doctor. I got a 1945 E-tool. Got a 1945 E-tool for $15. Now I need a carrying pouch. Buy a pouch. They're out there, man. Surplus pouches are out there.
Do you make an E-tool pouch?
Fuck no, I don't make an E-tool pouch.
Why not?
Why? Don't you guys use the Gerber E-tool, the folding one?
Yeah.
Because it'll fit in fucking so much other stuff. Hold on, let me ask. Grunt Proof, do you carry an E-tool? Do you carry an E-tool, motherfucker? If I go in your truck, you got an E-tool on your gear?
Not in that truck. That's the going to town truck.
Where do you carry your E-tool? Just on your ruck?
Behind the seat or on the ruck, yeah.
And if we're leaving here for fucking 72 hours, you're bringing an E-tool?
Depends on what we're doing.
No, motherfucker, I know. You're not even carrying a pistol. You're like, I can carry another M4 mag.
It just depends on what we're doing. The ruck you made me always has an E-tool on it. It's empty, and there's a fucking E-tool on it.
But not an E-tool pouch.
I keep it because do you remember what you did?
Yeah.
You made straps to hold the E-tool. I leave it in the pouch strapped to the. Yeah.
My MRE spoon is my E-tool.
There you go.
Hardcore. What's the name of your online store? SOE Tactical Gear. SOE Tactical Gear. Special Operations Equipment. For anybody that's unaware, if you're ever on social media, if you click on About, Description, or Info, you'll find direct links to all of that. Make more thermocell pouches. Just acquired an M1A SOCOM 16 this week. I love it without mounting the scout scope with the irons. Great gun, right on. Jose Rivera, E-tool equals entrenching tool. It's a shovel. I meant to ask, what does Scully?
It's a terrible shovel.
What
It's
is
a real good shovel.
what does Scully consider a battle rifle?
What do I consider a battle rifle? Anything in a man cartridge, 308 and above.
Anything?
I mean, as long as it's a weapon of war. What are you thinking?
Yeah, what am I hearing?
I don't know. That's what I was like.
It's pulling up right here. Oh, it's Cody. Leaving.
Gotcha.
Cody going to work.
I have a SOG one with a spike also on my ATV. That's a good place to carry the ATV. You know what I carry on my ATV? A full size fucking shovel. I've got those. They got those rifle mounts and those bow mounts that click and they index. Those have fucking been the best, like $65 I've spent. I finally broke it. I caught it on the side of a dog kennel or something. When we moved the kennels, it was too close. And my shovel, the front one had been broken. So it caught the shovel and snapped it. But those are great, man, for carrying shovels and hard rakes and shit.
Those at Harbor Freight, right?
I just bought them off Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I suspect all that shit's about to really go up in price with tariff stuff. Do you think the news is covering up important information like school shootings and terrorist attacks? I think that the news is going to spin it in their favor, right? If they want to ban more guns, they're going to tell you about it. Although gun bans aren't really happening. Well, I mean, they are in Colorado. I guess people woke up in Colorado, just banned every fucking detachable magazine that exists.
They're definitely not covering up school shootings and terrorist attacks because that would make the president look bad. They want to do everything they can to make him look bad. So no, if it was happening, we'd know about it.
Cool biker dude. I drive by every day delivering to New Johnsonville Granary. That's the one right there by the water, right? By the power plant and shit. Yeah, you can stop by. Come on by. Depending when you come by, somebody will intercept you as you come in the door. If you want to talk to me, just ask for me, and we'll show you around. We have a pick and pull area where it's not really it's storefront. I mean, you'd walk in and think it's a store probably. But yeah, we can show you stuff, sell you stuff. Love my cop rig, H harness FUPA dangler, single point sling clothes bag. Really makes Christmas special. Nice. Christmas is almost here, guys. You're a third of the way there. So have you seen this? Some of you guys saw this. I did these on a live the other day, and we put them up, and they were only up till midnight that day, and it's a cigarette pouch.
So if you're a smoker,
it holds a playing cards. It actually holds a lot of shit, tourniquets and stuff, like the flat SWAT tees and stuff. But they're back online. We did them. We put them open for pre-order, and those were all built. And I think 55 of them, got sold on Sunday. And we've built them all, and they all shipped or are shipping right now. 308 mag pouches. I don't know why we never did these. We never did singles. There is a Kydex liner. These are not coming with the Kydex liner. We are sourcing Kydex liners right now. These clip in very positive. Took that cigarette pouch, made it taller. Same thing, holds the Kydex perfectly. With the wedge in there, it'll work for 5.56 or 308. I don't know that we're going to put this out. The footprint on this is 2.5 inches, so it doesn't really space properly. While there is a 1/2 inch size saving on the footprint, it doesn't work on the pals properly. It needs to be 3 inches. But I was just curious. It works fucking perfect though for an M4 mag. And then if you did it with the Kydex in there, you wouldn't need the lid on there at all. But if you wanted it, it's there. And then those same wedges fit inside all of our standard. I thought I had one out here. Yeah, our standard. Is there another mag pouch I'm missing here? I thought I had a single. The M4 single or the triple shingles. And the M4 mag, when you hear it, it clicks in. So you could run no retention, but I mean, you still could run the second redundant retention for air operations. We used to sew fucking straps with Fastex buckles on fucking everything for dudes. I know I know have a broken record, but I've been trying, guys, more. Chris, Farmer Chris, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. What are we having? What conversation are we having here? How far are you guys from Oak Ridge shooting range? I didn't even know there's a shooting range at Oak Ridge. Did you?
In Oak Ridge, Tennessee?
Yeah.
No. There's a bunch around there.
Is that like an indoor? You have like a fucking ton of. Have you been out to his place?
Yeah.
Ton of fucking gun shops in
We
his
have,
town.
we have 3 indoor gun ranges in our town. We have.
You said a plane
I live right
crash.
beside our
He
gun
did have a
range.
plane crash.
You
I
said a
told him,
plane crash.
I go, hey, you know, a plane just crashed in your town. He's like, no.
My friend owns the airport.
Well, he's missing one plane in
Probably.
the street.
Most of the planes there are owned by Master Corps.
I remember my pops. Well, that went. Where'd that go? Used to wear his cigs rolled up in his teeth. Yeah, I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
My dad still does.
I planted 20 pumpkin seeds this year. Have you ever? We do. We actually grow quite a bit of them, but I don't ever plant 20. I plant 3 every hole. And last year I put them in bales of hay, bales of straw. And then I put some just random potting soil that we had. I had a pallet with like 100 bags of potting soil. So I put some potting soil on top and then put the seeds in. And then I had a whirlybird sprinkler. And we grew a lot of pumpkins. Yeah. And sunflower seeds.
Down here?
No, in the cage up there with all the sunflowers. Everything in front of them was watermelons and pumpkins.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I had to rely on those to feed my family, we would have starved to death. But I did grow some. There were some decent pumpkins.
Did the freeze do anything to the fruit trees the other night?
Yeah, it probably did. But there's still a lot of peaches on there right now. Like Tim came in the day you saw Tim here. He's like, it froze last night? Did you get a chill? Did you lose all the fruit? And I go, it's there this morning because every morning when I feed the animals, I drive by each tree. And the figs are really starting to put out growth, and figs grow figs on new growth. That's where all your new growth is, all your fig
Figs
production.
always do really well though, right? It's just the
They do.
peaches that keep like.
Well, we have a beetle or something here that gets in the peach trees. So every peach you pull will have a worm in it. And what happens is you have to spray that thing or do something to prevent it in some manner. Once it's in the tree, it's killing the tree. We have trees on the property right now that have been in the ground 10 years. But when Tim cut them, he's like, look here, see how this is dead inside here? He said, this tree is dying. It's just in the process of dying. I know you can grow potatoes in hay, but you can grow a lot of shit in hay bales. I was thinking about starting a garden this year. What would be the best thing to learn how to grow? Something you want to eat. Like that's the no bullshit, because we grow a ton of shit we don't use.
Sure.
Jalapenos are great. I get a mammoth jalapeno that's much larger, and then we do a cool jalapeno that's not as hot. And the reason we do the jalapenos, I don't ever sit and chew on jalapenos, but we take them and take all the seeds out of them. That's the heat in there is the seed. We slice them and use the pressure washer on the sink, blow the seeds out, and then we dry them and put a stick of string cheese inside, and then wrap them in bacon and then bake them. And they're fucking delicious, man. And 4 or 5 of those big ones are a full meal. We do tons of basil, dill, cilantro. When the garden's running, for the next 5-6 months, every morning for breakfast, I walk out with a pair of scissors and just clip a bunch of that shit and just put it in the eggs. At what point does a homestead deserve a tractor? Earlier, the better. When you can afford one's the real answer. The faster you have a tractor, that's a force multiplier. And a good example is we would pay 2-3 dudes for an entire, 16 hours of labor to stack up rail ties that we would get dropped off here. I can do that in the middle of a Sunday when it's raining with a Mini X in an hour by myself. It's just a force multiplier. You can lift incredible shit. I would tell you, and now I'm not a production row farmer, so that I might be wrong from that aspect, but get a commercial machine, man. If you can get a skid steer and a Mini X will dig and trench anything you need to do. A skid steer will move, push, and lift anything. It'll replace a forklift. Like I take IBC totes, pick them right up, put them on top of my shipping containers out of the way. We keep all our firewood in the cages from IBC totes. We just pick it up, move it around. Even when we're just moving stuff around, I just put it in the bucket of the skid steer. We constantly, every day we use that thing. I used the skid steer this morning.
taking stuff out of the van.
Yeah, just moving. It just prevents Brandel from getting all fucked up. He's more of a show pony. We got his tail braided and his ears are fucking combed. Les little bastard picks them all. Yeah, we had a kid come here, picked all the fucking pepper. I come in the kitchen during SRF, and all the fucking tomatoes and peppers are on the fucking table in the kitchen. I'm like, why the fuck did Amanda pull these off? Like, we're not gonna be able to do nothing with these for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, the skid steer and tracks, man. Tracks cost more, but tracks, you can run them off camber. You can use them more in mud. Tracks fucking, I'm always surprised when I see a guy buy a skid steer and it's got wheels. Skid steers have, yes, and great grunt proof. Yeah. Skid steer attachments do tend to cost more, but like I have a grapple. We bought a grapple, and the first thing we did was hook that motherfucker up when we got back here. And I picked up a tree. I really didn't think the machine would pick it up. And I'm just being an asshole. And I picked that tree up, and the whole skid steer went, I saw it go in slow motion and slammed into the ground. And then all I do is just push it down and it pushes itself back up. I've got an auger. Jeff's got an auger you got a 36-inch auger or something, a 3-foot around fucking auger.
Tree planting.
For planting trees. I've got a 12-inch auger that we use all the time for putting in telephone poles and 4x4s. I've got a, what's that thing called? A rototiller. What's that called?
Rototiller?
Is that what it's called?
Rototiller?
Tiller.
Yeah.
I have one of those. For
if you're in the country,
I just thought I wanted one. I was going to do a little food plot, and that thing worked awesome.
That one, Tad has the big arm that like cuts.
Yeah, he has the ditch witch for it.
Yeah, that thing is sick.
Yeah, we're going to use that to put the water line to Amanda's building.
One at his house, and it's crazy.
We got a tilling attachment for our skid steer this year. That's what we bought. And there's a lot of like you buy proper implements. Like if you're really logging and shit, you want to buy the real implements. But I bought a China import from some dude off Marketplace. I bought that claw for that thing for, I think, $2,000, and it's thinner metal. I mean, yeah, we bend it, and a proper one's not going to, but what's that say? And the rototiller was a Chinese attachment too. Like for a proper grapple, you're going to pay like $6,000, but they're made of 1/2-inch metal and shit. Whereas the import one was $2,000. Am I going to use it enough? I mean, I've had it for 2 years now, and it's still 100% functional. It's a little bent here and there, but I mean, versus $6,000 into the world. Yeah, I'd want to have the better one. Skully and John, you two ever think about applying to get in the White House press? Fuck no.
No, hell no. What would I do?
No, I'm not going to Washington, D.C. Just like Cali. I'm only going, they're going to have to come and get me to take me back to Cali.
Don't say that. They'll find a way.
They did. I woke up with a U.S. Marshals task force fucking standing over me. Got a Bobcat grapple, damn near new. That's a great deal, man. And there is a difference when you look at the real implements from, like, I went with Kubota. Get whatever you want. I would stay away from John Deere just because of all their repair bullshit. At least a current John Deere. I own a John Deere out here. I own a little 35 horsepower, but it doesn't have any electronics on it.
And it always works.
Yep.
That little John Deere always fires.
Yep. The rock sweeper. Yeah, that looks a ground plane would be great for as much gravel as we have. I don't have one of those yet. Just another dumb grunt. What's up? Team getting raided while sleeping sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Violent Crimes Task Force, U.S. Marshals. We've been looking for you for fucking 3 months. That's what they said. I go, well, I haven't been hiding from you. You guys weren't looking very good. There's no greater hive of scum and villainy. Oh, Washington, D.C. Yeah. I'm eating a Tony Mini this weekend to get my garden ready. I'm renting a Toro Mini. Got it. Boy, I fucked that one up. Jarhead Acres, what's up? You got what? You got a Ford tractor, right? Like a legit runs when the fucking nuclear bombs go off kind of Ford. Chris Farmer, I'm banning you if you say another fucking word about the fucking thermocell pouch. Like when you guys do this, you do not motivate me. I will literally build those motherfuckers and light them on fire and make a video.
Well, that's motivating.
It does motivate. It's not going to get the outcome he wants. Santee Todd, what's up? Where'd you live in Santee?
Where did I live? Via Rita.
Kubota. Yeah, so I went with Kubota just because the Kubota, like we got a buddy that farms, I think he's got 1,500 acres right now, and he's all Kubota stuff. And the Kubota support was just good. Like when I needed an auger, and I called him up, and he's like, "We don't have one. We have one in Clarksville." And I said, "All right, don't worry about it. I'm just going to rent it." He goes, I'll go pick it up and bring it to you." And we bought it, and he took his own personal truck, drove over there. The Kubota's just been really good to us. Like they're close here. They have 3 locations. Santee is still nice. Not like it used to be, bro. Is the sand pit still there, or are there fucking apartments there now?
Part of it's still there, and then part of it's been turned into like a
Haha,
like a nature walk.
Sky thinks he's being funny. He just got this account banned too, motherfucker.
Where? Who?
Jennifer Lowe.
Oh, thermal pouches, please asking for a friend. What is a thermal pouch?
It's a thermocell. That mosquito thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's that time of year though. You should be making those.
Any business ideas to capitalize on with all the tariff? Yes. Be a reverse pirate. Just get you a fucking little ship. Go over there, pick the stuff up, sneak it in through Mexico. Traded our deer for a Kubota with a mower deck. Oh, so you got a small. If you got a mower deck, you got a small, unless you got a pull behind or something. The Kubota does have some cool like mini tractors. They're real tractors. They're just smaller, and you drive over the deck, and then it fucking attaches. So it's got a mower in the middle between the wheels. Sky is trying to get a discount code. It's skeeter season.
It's carpenter bee season.
I know to you guys that Jennifer Lowe seems like she's fucking retarded. It's because it's really her boyfriend commenting. And in real life, he's actually funny. Hey, what happened with the Easter Bunny suit?
He never got back.
He didn't say, Ask him something about his McLaren. When he gets back to you, then just ask him, "Hey, motherfucker, where's the Easter Bunny suit?"
He's one of those that sees your message and waits 3 weeks and then replies, and you have no clue what he's
You're talking about. Yeah. Did he get that helicopter yet?
No.
Did he really not have it?
I don't think he has a helicopter, or he'd be posting it.
He bought it. He showed me like he bought a fucking helicopter. I saw the payment fucking thing when he made the payment on it.
I wouldn't get in it anyway.
Not with him.
Yeah, no.
The Easter Bunny suit is in the back of the McLaren. Kubota snowblower attachment for the small tractors, not good. I know Rob's got one for his what's that white Bobcat, and his works really good. What's your take on the tariffs, and how have they affected you? They haven't affected us yet. I suspect that they will in some manner. All of our goods are U.S. manufactured, but I mean, we really don't know where the point of origin for the raw fibers and shit is. Someone bought Isaac a chopper. No, not Isaac.
A chopper?
No.
He wants a plane. He wants a plane.
What's a good side pouch for covert pack? I don't have one. The day pack side pouch is too big. The mini pack is too small. We need to put something on there. Isaac told me last night he's going to buy a Cessna. He's looking for him now. Yeah. And you might not know this, Bo. Last week he was buying a Tesla. And I'm like, why are you going to buy a fucking Tesla? That's this. I'm like, do you just wake up in the morning and you're like, what can I say to John to make him fucking really hurt me? And he goes, because you can get a Tesla for 11 grand. I'm like, yeah, the battery replaced because it needs a $40,000 battery. Why are we buying a Tesla? Because I'm going to Florida in August. I'm like, where does that fucking compute to Tesla? I'm like, why don't you just rent a fucking car? I'm not old enough. I go, your parents don't love you enough to rent you a fucking car? I'm like, rent a U-Haul. He goes, I'm not driving a U-Haul. And then we come to find out he won't drive on the interstate. He's going to take the side roads anyways. Go rent a truck at fucking Home Depot.
Why won't he go on the interstate?
It's too dangerous.
And he wants to fly?
Yes. He won't go on the interstate because he drives a Jeep that's not really capable of going on the interstate. It will, But I mean, that short wheelbase, you ever seen a fucking Jeep on the interstate? It does this. You should buy a butt plug and a Tesla. Tesla drivers should keep Honda They do. There's that's the whole business. They fucking roll up next to your out of juice Tesla and charge your shit up with their generator. He owes me $50. What about Mexicans seeking asylum from all the terrorist entities? And I don't know anything about it. The buying the Cessna thing, actually, when you look at it on paper, it actually does make sense. I knew about the Tesla. He's telling me that he's getting his own plane and it will save him money getting his license. I told him a little bit about aircraft. Yeah, he knows about aircraft maintenance. The way he was telling me, I figured he had talked to you about the annuals on there. But it actually does math out to get. He's like, I'm going to get a commercial license. I'm like, why do you need a commercial license? Well, you have to have a commercial license if somebody pays you to fly. Like, you're just flying the wrong product, Isaac. You need to fly long metal things for the CIA or something. I go, why don't you go in the military then? They'll give you a fucking, like, what, then I got to get a degree and I got to do this. And I'm like, got a Woodland med pouch ordered.
Always want the simple.
All my gear in my truck is going to be SOE Woodland. I'm fucking pumped. Danny, thank you for the order, man.
Woodland.
Great idea to offer Tesla charging. What they do. I'll bet that AAA even has generators on board for that now. He's planning on Traffic and Cope. I told him, just watch what was the Tom Cruise movie where he crashed the plane and he had all the fucking cocaine in the city, in the town. He can join the Mossad. Cartels are always hiring pilots.
Has he ever been in a plane?
Yeah, he flew.
He flew the other day. He did. He took an exploratory flight.
Yeah.
He told me like a month or two ago.
They gave him the cocaine. They gave him the first sample for free. He got his little cocaine.
He told me a month or so ago he's going to go fly it. And I'm like, cool, where are you going? He's like, Land Between the Lakes. I'm like, why the fuck are you going to Land Between the Lakes? You can go to Camden. And right then I sent a message. And I'm like, hey, what's an exploratory flight cost? And he's like, $135. I'm like, cool, thank you. And because I knew that my friend BJ had got his license over there. And I hit BJ up and I'm like, hey, kid works for me, wants to do some flying. He's like, if he's a friend of yours, he's a friend of mine, give him my number. I go, you still flying your Cessna? He said, I'm flying warplanes now. And he sent me a picture of him with a bunch of fucking planes up in the air. They're flying all these birds that are out here, all these warbirds. Nothing will make you consider the argument for eugenics, like waiting almost 2 hours at the DMV. No shit.
Why even go inside anymore?
Tell him,
just order it.
Sometimes
tell him go to Alaska and get it
like
with the hunting guy.
Oh
ID, yeah,
you got to go in.
I just got mine without going in.
Real ID.
Yep.
The new one.
Brand new.
The one with the fucking Star of David on it.
No, I've got even the one with a little hologram thing underneath.
No, that's not the
through.
real one.
Okay, what about the 6 horse that just went to space?
What about
Was it Katy Perry or was
Yeah.
it? Did you see Baphomet on the fucking?
They didn't really go to space.
No, they sure as fuck didn't.
They really didn't go to space. And you know that on the actual, it's funny because all the libtards are like astronauts, but on the actual sheet from Blue Origin, they're tourists. No, they just.
How many cigarette pouches? 55. They are all shipped today. They're probably already shipped.
Well, except for this one.
Well, I mean, we just opened them back up. They're on the website available. The only people that knew they were there on, I thought it was Sunday. I guess it's Saturday. We're on the live feed. That's the only place you saw it. I don't think they have a Mustang out there. They might, but I don't think so.
Great for your menthols. Keep them dry.
What I get a kick out of is how everybody was like, save the environment, get a Tesla. Yeah, now they're burning down the fucking Teslas.
They're just attacking their own people.
Dude, they have like 100% arrest rate on those guys.
9 cameras the Tesla has. You're a fucking moron if you go after a Tesla.
Do I know when soap
Unless
will be
you have a rocket
available?
launcher.
Andrew, get on the live tonight and ask. Amanda will be there, but I have soap in the shop.
Doesn't even look like you.
Well, yeah, it was 8 years ago.
Look like your fucking head's all swollen up.
I was like 270 pounds.
How much are you now?
220.
You were 270 pounds?
Yeah.
When?
It's all in his ass, though. That felt
9 years ago. 8 years ago.
9 years ago? They used a fucking picture from 9 years ago? Why didn't they
I
take
can
it?
just keep it up to, I can't remember how long they let you keep it.
Why don't you
Instead of
fix
going
that?
in. I don't care. It's nice to look at and go, haha, look how good I look now.
Kochi.
Now I'm just a stud.
Hybrid Toyota. Tried to order, and it would let me. Yeah, Andrew, just get on the live tonight, man. Ask. People getting multiple years for keen Teslas. People are idiot. Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis is here.
Lewis is here? Is he out there or where is he?
He's right here. Come in here. Yeah, he wants you on the live right now.
That's not what I said.
Oh, hey,
That's not what I
the
said.
trailer. One of the boards rotted through. I stepped through it. I put like a 1 by something wide, like wider than the first 2 boards, and screwed that in place over the gap.
Cool.
And,
Thank
like,
you.
I think the trailer is like 10 foot. I think it's like 8. So it's just.
So you lost 2 feet of my trailer?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, basically.
He cut off 2 feet of the trailer.
Basically.
Let me see what he's like.
Indiana has went retarded and made homelessness as a jailable offense. Well, that's what happens when fucking people pay taxes and own properties. They don't want homeless people on them. I probably start trying to recruit those guys, scratching them Teslas to do some other. Yeah, probably so. That's probably what's happening. When a vagrant came into Camden, James said they used to pick them up. The deputy would pick them up and give them a ride to the next county and meet another deputy, and they would keep moving them until they were out of the area. Always coming up short. That's right. Yeah, so we built some absolutely high quality equipment. Thanks, man. There was a mother and children scratched a Tesla. Yeah, I saw that. They've been pulling up. They pulled over a little 60-year-old woman in Arizona and fucking punched her in the face. Kiri, hello. So what if it's a combat veteran? I don't care whether you're a fucking combat veteran or just a motherfucker that won't work. If you're on my fucking property and you're leaving, look, if you want to be homeless, I don't have a problem with that. Hide in the fucking woods like when you were a combat veteran. Like, you don't need to leave trash everywhere and set up a fucking blue tarp. Like, you can easily fucking disguise where you are and nobody would know. I don't care. And the deal with most homeless veterans, they choose to be homeless. Like when they do the whole roundup and bring all the vets in, fix the teeth, write a resume, do all the shit. Most of those guys go right back where it fucking is because it's not a veteran problem. It's a drug problem.
And they're still getting money.
Yeah, Yeah, I had a homeless veteran showed up here. And he showed up and rented a U-Haul van and lived in the U-Haul van in my parking lot for 6 fucking months. And now he's got a fucking, he met a chick. I don't know how the fuck he convinced her to fucking, he hypnotized her somehow and married her. They have a fucking house and he is not homeless. He's got mental illness. He's like,
yeah, that's for
there's
damn
definitely
sure.
like, you know, when you walk in the FBI office and they've got the map with all the fucking murder scenes and all the connections and shit, like it's like A Beautiful Mind. That's that. But he's got he wasn't out, even when he was homeless in Nashville, he wasn't out making messes. You didn't fucking see, he was hiding in abandoned buildings and shit. Like we should get with some homeless dudes and make some like some survival videos. Like they're very, they fucking create things and they just have things. They live in a manner that you don't think about. The first Rainbow was the best with the fat Delaney as a cop. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm ill as fuck. If you are on my plane, you are a target. Be John Rambo drop from First Blood. Want to be left alone and not have trouble. Yeah. Is old boy still running in 34 hours to come to work every day? Is old boy still running in 34 hours to come to work? I don't know what we're talking about.
What happened? What I miss? Seattle's Camo 4 news.
Did a couple exposés on homelessness. Most of them, 94%, were on drugs and didn't want it to be in a shelter. Yeah, because they drug test you in the shelters. That's a lot of that. A dude said, I think he said Illinois, somewhere is banning homelessness, right? It's going to be a crime. And I said, yeah, I understand from the perspective of a property owner, right? And he goes, well, what about homeless vets? And I said, most homeless vets choose to be homeless. Do you have a different take on that?
Yeah, they choose to be homeless. They're choosing to be homeless.
And I would assume.
I mean, when I say choosing, there's a multiple of reasons why guys on the street, but again, there's
so how do they get
plenty
paid
of-
when they're homeless, like from the VA and stuff? Like,
How do they what?
Like when they serve, they still get money after. Like,
oh no, not necessarily. You don't just get, you don't do 4 years and then get out and the VA just sends you a check. You got to get a disability rating for that, and if you
You got to get a crazy check.
well, most of them probably have that, right?
probably not a lot of them that do.
Heard it last night.
Probably not a lot that do.
The people that want to be left alone will be ruled by the people that want to win. That's why conservatives never get anything done. That's true.
So do you have to be disabled in the army to get money from being disabled after?
You have to be disabled when you get out and prove that it was somehow
I mean,
service
could you
connected.
go back and be like, I got PTSD 10 years after, and be like,
No.
you can't do that.
I think there's dudes that just never got diagnosed or disability that are currently getting diagnosed with disability, like PTSD stuff. Retired and disabled. Malice clips are on the website in stock. Yes, they are. In Japan, not so much homeless because government gives them money, $1,300 a month, Norhiko says. The Yakuza just disappears them.
Yeah.
They make dog food from their
Hey, give me your
homelessness.
organs when I need one.
Shut up, boner breath.
Is that China or Japan where it's easier to get like transplant like that? Or
China.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
medical tourism. Yeah, when you can order a heart transplant or a lung transplant in China, and they will guarantee up to 7 organs. You can schedule the date you want to show up. You don't have to wait for like somebody to die in a car accident and type match and you're on the list. Have a heart transplant.
Is it 3 billion people there?
I don't know how many billion, but they made a massive amount of these massive hospitals, and all they do is organ transplants because they have a Uyghur Muslim population. That's where they're coming from. They're coming out of prisoners and stuff. They type match them. The biggest ones are the ones that can prove they were exposed to Agent Orange. Maybe, but I mean, most of the guys exposed to Agent Orange, like they're expiring. Like those dudes are 70, 80 years old now.
You don't have to prove you haven't had to prove about Agent Orange for a long time. The VA system actually looks for you for people that were in Vietnam during certain time periods, and they just send them a check. Dave gets a check for Agent Orange. He's like, it was like a recent thing within the last 10 years. He got it. He's like, yeah, they just found me out. They're kind of doing that. The same thing is starting to happen with people who were in the first Gulf War. They're just finding them out and being like, were you forced to take all these fucking drugs before the invasion of Kuwait? How about here's a check? So
JD said yes, for organ transplant in China has an option where you can opt to watch them remove it from a live Uyghur.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
I'll bet you do. It's $5 more. I've heard guys that work the DMV in South Korea are still being exposed. For VA benefits, you just need to be able to prove service connection, usually through medical records while you were in or service in an area that was impacted by something, burn pits. That's what's wrong with Tyler.
No, whatever's wrong with Tyler was he had that before he joined the military.
Do they still have that tent place in Nashville, or did they tear that down?
Tent place.
It's like Tent City.
There's a bunch of them, but there was one like right as you come into Nashville, Charlotte Pike.
Yeah, they did like a documentary on it.
When you go right, you have Costco and all that shit. If you go left, there's a Lowe's. Holy shit, dude! It was like The Walking Dead back in there.
I
And
know Netflix like even posted a
did they?
documentary on it.
we saw it like 5 years ago, and then we saw it 2 years ago. And like because we needed to go to Lowe's right there for something. There's a Lowe's and a Target. We pulled in, and dude, like we weren't even out of the car, and homeless people were like, "Mom, I'm like, go somewhere else. We're going to a different. Like, I'm not even leaving the
In
fucking truck
Knoxville,
here."
they round them up and let them go under the 5th Street Bridge, and it's got tunnels. They have roofs of tarps everywhere. And it just looks like you're walking.
And then
around
as soon as it rains, they're all gone. Just washes it all out.
yeah, they're everywhere.
Can I get a medium liver, please? That's really what it's like, Joshua. There's look up medical tourism. There's some the World Health Organization said that it was I don't remember what I don't remember what they called it. Love the new shirt, probably. Love the new shirt, probably. Oh, probably my favorite. This one, we haven't. I don't know that we've sold any of these. I have not personally packed up any of these shirts. So we're having an influx of homeless people in the northern states. Why do you? Because we're pushing them up there. We're bussing them. You got Agent Orange exposure and you're 44. Out here in Murfreesboro, I got 20 vets living in an encampment, been bringing them food. I need to get more together. Any suggestions? You want to bring in more homeless people, JD, or more food? Orlando's getting started to get bad with homeless. And guys, a lot of that's the economy. Like look at the videos Jack Osborne did. He took, I don't remember who he was with. They went into LA to these like towns, these whole like where these fucking multi-million-dollar homes are. And there's just fucking every street is just lined with like shanty campers and hoopties, like just people just living there. Tons and tons of people. And every now and then the cops will come and push them and they'll run them out and then they'll be a mile down the road. Yeah, you spray for the railroad. U.S. government never help homeless. Would you say that's true or what?
100% true. It's a big scam. California spent enough money to buy every homeless person in California a house.
Yeah, he can't account for $40 billion.
Yeah. Our town, the place gets paid to help them.
Always told people to go to Tijuana for dental. Yeah. Wrangler Star just went down to Mexico and had all his fucking teeth done. If you need like
Costa Rica, go to Costa Rica.
If you need PRP or stem cells or fucking any of that shit, man, they pick you up in a limo or they pick you up in a van at the airport. They take you to Tijuana.
Free candy on the side of it.
They take you to Tijuana and you stay in a fucking luxury hotel. They do all the work right there.
Are you setting people up?
No.
There are no luxury hotels in Tijuana.
The fuck there's not.
Tijuana?
Yeah,
No.
there is. Yep.
No, there's a
Yeah,
zebra. There's a donkey painted like a zebra in
yeah.
Tijuana.
No, they're Hyatt hotels.
There's a little dirty kid on the corner selling chiclets.
Homeless in Montana
in
take the
Tijuana.
Greyhound
Damn
south.
luxury hotels in Tijuana.
I know a guy who works for a large police department. Most homeless he interacts with are not local. I remember like when they took all the homeless from Washington, D.C. and busted them all to California.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think all the homeless went when Xi Jinping came in to meet with Gavin Newsom? All the homeless disappeared. They never fucking came back. Nobody knows where they are.
Either took them away or just handed them.
I think they put them on ships and took them to China. Financial advisor got plasma infusion in Mexico. Said always feels like $1 million afterwards. Yeah, they cooked them. Agent Orange is still sold if you have a license. It's a defoliant. Homeless in Montana. Financial advisor. Yeah, okay, we read all these. There are two sides to Tijuana. It's just like going to fucking Johannesburg. It's just like in Africa.
Two sides, yeah. There's two sides, all right.
There's a lot of prostitution in Tijuana.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not really prostitution. I don't think it's illegal there.
You rent the hotel room. She comes with it.
I don't think it's illegal in Tijuana.
It's not. Most of them are dudes, though, they said.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you tell them it's a dude?
Dude, keep in mind, when I talk about Tijuana, I ain't been to fucking Tijuana in 30 years. It's good stuff. What would you use KPV? Ask Andrew. Ask tonight on the live. Amanda will tell you what I take. Sonny, what's up?
Sonny's on here. Oh shit.
There are luxury hotels in Tijuana. A guy I know went down for weight loss surgery. Yep. We know a lot of you guys on here know a dude that went to Tijuana to have somebody in his family had some work done. American homeless eat dog. No, they're too good for that, Norhinko. They're not hungry enough. Most of our homeless people are not hungry. Like there are places where you can go get food and shit.
Yeah, if you know anybody that's in any of these places that's in homeless camp, there's a circuit that you go on. You don't ever go hungry. You don't have to go hungry at all. There's a circuit you go on for food. There's a circuit you go on for charging your phones. They know where it all. They're not out there suffering.
That's what I would do if I went to China. I'd just eat all kinds of weird shit. Cats, dogs.
Well, it's that bat that got us in this Wuhan problem.
The bat.
Yeah.
Don't be eating no bats.
If you offer the homeless work. Yeah, they don't want work. They fucking never want work. I see motherfuckers all the time. Who's hiring? I'll hire you. I need some day work. I'm about to lose my house. I'm like, I got weeds to pull. I don't want to pull weeds. I pull weeds, motherfucker. Who do you think fucking does them? I pull them. Any advice on breed of sheep? Not for love making. I have St. Croix. You could do St. Croix. You could do Katahdins. You could do Dorpers. I would tell you to get a hair sheep, not a wool sheep. I have hair sheep. I bought food for a vet out here. He was eating cat food. That's fucking wild shit. So today, those aren't real. Those are like fresh homeless people. I mean, I don't know what his situation is, JD. Try giving homeless person food on the intersection. They yell at you because they only want cash. Yeah, that's most of those aren't like legit. We had the news crew did an expose on the homeless people sitting in front of Fashion Valley, and they looked at how much money he took in and estimated it. And they said that dude was making $25,000 a month. When he left his 4-way stop going into Fashion Valley, he got in a brand new fucking Mustang and drove away. And when they followed him, he went to a house.
We have a lot of the people that play, like they'll have a violin or something hooked up to an amp, but they're playing a cell phone of a violin, and they pretend like they're playing, but they're not at all, and they're just like outside, but they're like look homeless.
And a lot of homeless people too. A lot of the
Smart
people you perceive to be homeless that are out selling newspapers and shit, those are guys that get into a court-ordered drug rehab program, and they treat those guys like slaves. There's one we know of. And you have the perception that all these dudes live in this house. They live in bunk beds in the air-conditioned garage. And they treat these guys, they drop them off at front of gas stations and shit, and they have to sell T-shirts and shit. And then once they've been there a year, they get to manage a couple of other people. And it really is. They treat those guys like fucking slaves, a lot of them. And they hold it over them. Like, if you don't do this and you fuck this up, you're going back to your prison sentence. So a lot of the people you perceive to be homeless aren't necessarily homeless. The homeless work with the corners together in Detroit. You'll see them have little meetings and break different corners. Panhandlers. Yep. In Yokohama, Korean church gives homeless food. Gladicon, if you love making sheep, check a local mosque. They come to you once a week with clothes and a mobile shower. Great day to pick up chicks. That was Sky that said that. That's what I told him. I go, we should just go down there and just talk. That'd be some fucking crazy
There's
interviews.
a homeless dude.
Get Isaac a date.
All right, guys, we're going to jump off here. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. We'll do a live tonight at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
See you guys later.